Imagine you're walking through a grocery store on a Saturday afternoon. In the parking lot, two cars catch your attention. One is a brand new luxury SUV with shiny wheels and tinted windows. The other is a 10-year-old sedan with faded paint and a few scratches. Without thinking, your brain makes a quick judgment. You assume the person driving the luxury SUV is wealthier. The person driving the older car? Maybe they're struggling financially. But what if those assumptions are completely wrong? What if the person driving the old sedan has millions invested, while the luxury SUV owner is living paycheck to paycheck? It sounds surprising, but it happens far more often than most people realize. The biggest financial mistake people make is confusing wealth with appearance. Those two things aren't the same. In fact, they're often moving in opposite directions. Today, we're talking about a financial principle that quietly separates many wealthy people from everyone else. It's not a secret investment strategy or a shortcut to getting rich. It's much simpler. They stop trying to look rich and start focusing on becoming rich. Let's look at an example. Meet Ryan and Chris. They're both 34 years old, earn around $95,000 a year, and work for the same company. Ryan drives a luxury SUV, wears designer clothes, and lives in an expensive apartment. Everything about his lifestyle says, "I'm successful." Chris is different. He drives a reliable 10-year-old car, wears simple clothes, and lives comfortably without chasing luxury. Most people assume Ryan is wealthier, but here's what they don't see. Every month, Ryan spends nearly everything he earns. His car payment is expensive. His apartment costs far more than he needs. Every lifestyle upgrade creates another monthly bill. Chris makes one decision differently. Before he spends anything, he invests part of every paycheck. Then, he lives on what's left. That single habit quietly changes his future. Many people believe wealth starts with earning a high income, but income alone doesn't create wealth. What matters is the gap between what you earn and what you keep. Imagine two buckets. One holds the money coming in. The other represents the money going out. If both buckets grow at the same speed, nothing changes. You earn more, but you don't keep more. This is exactly what happens after many promotions. Someone gets a raise. A few weeks later, they upgrade their car, move into a nicer apartment, eat out more often, and start buying things that once felt expensive. The raise disappears almost as quickly as it arrived. Financially, they're running faster, but staying in exactly the same place. Now imagine someone who receives the same raise, but keeps living almost the same way. Instead of spending every extra dollar, they invest most of it. At first, the difference doesn't seem exciting. One person enjoys a more luxurious lifestyle today. The other watches an investment account slowly grow. 5 years later, the gap becomes obvious. 10 years later, their financial lives barely resemble each other. That's why many wealthy people appear ordinary. They're making decisions based on the future, not today's appearance. Unfortunately, our brains naturally compare ourselves with other people. Every day we see expensive vacations, luxury cars, designer clothes, and beautiful homes on social media. What we don't see are the monthly payments, the credit card balances, or the financial stress hiding behind those pictures. Social media is excellent at displaying success. It's terrible at displaying financial reality. Real wealth grows quietly. Think about planting a tree. The most important part isn't the branches you can see, it's the roots growing underground. Money works the same way. Savings build silently. Compound growth does its work in the background. Nobody notices until years later. That's why truly wealthy people often don't feel the need to prove anything. They've stopped chasing attention. They're chasing something much more valuable: freedom. What does financial freedom actually look like? It isn't owning the newest car or wearing the most expensive watch. It's waking up knowing you can handle unexpected expenses without panic. It's having the freedom to leave a job you hate, take time off when your family needs you, or pursue opportunities because you want to, not because you're desperate for a paycheck. That's what real wealth buys. One of the biggest obstacles to reaching that freedom is something called lifestyle inflation. Imagine you finally get a raise. At first, you're excited, but before long, you upgrade your phone, move into a nicer apartment, start dining out more often, and sign up for a few more subscriptions. 6 months later, your income is higher than ever, but your bank account looks exactly the same. Where did all the extra money go? Lifestyle inflation quietly absorbs it. Every raise should move you one step closer to financial freedom, but when spending rises just as fast as income, you're simply running in place. Now, imagine two people who each receive a $1,000 monthly raise. Sarah upgrades her lifestyle. Michael enjoys a small reward but invests most of the extra income. 5 years later, Sarah is still waiting for another raise. Michael's investments have been growing every single month. The difference isn't income, it's habits. This brings us to one of the most powerful financial principles: delayed gratification. Choosing a bigger reward tomorrow instead of a smaller reward today. Think of planting a single apple tree. At first, it doesn't seem impressive, but over time, that tree produces apples. Those apples produce seeds, which grow into more trees. Eventually, one tree becomes an entire orchard. Investing works the same way. Your money earns returns. Then those returns begin earning returns. Over time, compound growth starts doing the heavy lifting. At first, progress feels painfully slow, but patience changes everything. That's why wealthy people often ask a different question before buying something. Most people ask, "Can I afford this?" Wealthy people often ask, "Is this worth giving up future financial freedom?" Those are completely different questions. Every purchase has an opportunity cost. Money spent today loses the chance to grow tomorrow. That doesn't mean you should never enjoy your money. Life isn't about avoiding every purchase. It's about spending intentionally. Buy things that genuinely improve your life, not things designed to impress people who probably aren't paying attention. Another trap that holds people back is unnecessary debt. Debt itself isn't always bad, but borrowing money simply to appear successful often creates years of financial pressure. Every unnecessary monthly payment limits your future choices. Instead of buying status, quietly buy freedom. Keep your expenses manageable. Invest consistently. Let your assets grow while your obligations stay small. Over time, that simple strategy creates something far more valuable than appearances: peace of mind. Here's another habit financially successful people share. They pay themselves first. Most people pay their bills, shop, and spend whatever they need throughout the month. Then they try to save whatever is left. Usually, very little remains. Successful investors reverse the process. The moment they receive a paycheck, part of it automatically goes into savings or investments. They never give themselves the opportunity to spend it. Automation removes temptation. Finally, stop comparing your life to what you see online. Social media shows highlights, not reality. People proudly post luxury vacations and new cars. They rarely post the debt, stress, or sacrifices behind them. Instead of comparing yourself to strangers, compare yourself to who you were a year ago. Are you saving more, learning more, investing more? If the answer is yes, you're already moving in the right direction. Remember, building wealth isn't about winning a competition against other people. It's about giving your future self more choices than you have today. So the next time you see someone driving an old car or living a simple life, don't assume they're struggling. They may simply be playing a different game. A game where the goal isn't looking rich, it's becoming financially free. Because luxury fades, trends change, the newest phone becomes old. But financial freedom never goes out of style. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on personal finance, investing, and building long-term wealth. And before you go, answer this in the comments. If your income doubled tomorrow, what would you do first? Upgrade your lifestyle or increase your investments? I'd love to hear your answer. Until next time, keep learning, keep investing, and remember, the richest people aren't always the ones who look rich. They're often the ones quietly building a future that money can't take away.